Hey, what's going on, good people? Welcome back to another video. It's actually been a minute since I've done one of these type of videos, but I was so excited about doing this particular custom that just made me want to just get up and actually make a full video of it. Um, so I'm a big fan of the Splinter Cell games, and a friend of mine actually asked me to make him a custom Sam Fisher. Well, custom Sam Fisher. Any Sam Fisher you get right now is be custom since they don't really make these. And I like all the Splinter Cell games, but I know some people aren't gonna like this, but Blacklist is actually my favorite. I love that you can customize your character and your look of Sam. And so that's actually my inspiration for this one. I use the Snake Eyes G.I. Joe classified body. Actually, both of these. This one it's a classified. This is actually from the Snake Eyes movie. And I made two of them, one for him, and then I actually enjoyed doing it so much that I decided to make another one for myself. I got these heads from, what is it? Carnage 717 from eBay. He has some nice little deals going on and great communication. So, check him out if you want to, or her. I'm not sure if it's a male or female, but, they have some great stuff there. Like I said, I took this from the G.I. Joe Classified, and then a lot of other things I just kind of put together myself. Like the pouches, I don't know what figure I took this from. I was actually going to get rid of a lot of G.I. Joes, and when he actually asked me to do this customization, I decided to, let me cannibalize a couple of them. So some was a bit of a trial and error, and then others I really had in mind what I wanted to do. I went to the color scheme of the green, mainly because I was kind of looking a bit of how it was brown, and then I ended up changing it to a green tint just so I just like the look. I want to really separate it from the other figure. Let's see, this build is actually from the Stalker G.I. Joe classified figure. This pouch is from what is it, the red line. It's one of the, I did a video of it. It's one of the soldiers. I'll put it in the description later on. But I took this pouch from him, so I cannibalized a couple of different characters I had. This here, for the green light on the back of his neck, is actually from an Ultraman figure. So he had an extra one in the pouch, in the case. I cut the circle out of it. I thought that'd be great to put on there. I took this from Luke Cage. And then this is just, don't to my wife. This is a piece of her, her piping bag for, she does cupcakes. And so check out the cupcake cake. Does a lot of great desserts. Anyways, it's a little plug for my wife. But I cut a piece of that, put it here for his offset. And the rest of it is just repaints. This gun actually came with the Snake Eyes figure that I got. But then I attached a strap to it because since I'm actually selling this to a friend who actually, he wanted me to make it one and say, hey, so I'll pay for it. I hate when you get extra accessories and you have to choose between what you want them to actually have on them. So whether you have to hold one or do you have the other laying on the floor. So I decided to actually make this strap. I just super glued it to the gun. You just throw it around the shoulder. And let's see what else. And I'm not sure if you can, how much is really showing up on camera, but I didn't want just a straight green, so there's a lot of black wash on it. And I'm not sure exactly, again, how well that's showing up on camera, but I didn't want just a flat color. And so I actually think this is probably one of my better paint jobs to date. There was a lot of a lot of time and labor and love that went into it. Even this here, this actually is from the G.I. Joe Class 5 figures. I took this off, cut it off of, I guess it's supposed to be a communicator or something. Cut off the straps of one of them and it's actually attached there because it looked more like how Sam Fisher's suit did in the game. Surprisingly, it's a lot of stuff that I was able to use from Snake Eyes suit to do that. So I mean, I can still get full range of motion with the head and everything. It was a lot because the heads are They're slightly, maybe, especially this one, maybe slightly bigger than the 112 figure to fit this body. But I did have to do a lot of drilling to get it to fit down and sit down on the head a little bit better, on the neck peg a little bit better. Oh, well, I'll show you that after I show you this figure here. So this one, again, is from the Snake Eyes movie. I'm not sure which of the two figures I like a bit better. I have another Snake Eyes body, so I may do another figure, keep it for myself of this body type, or might make it Solid Snake because I don't have any. I mean, I don't know if they've made any Solid Snake figures. I think it's one, but I'm not sure what scale it's in, and it's really hard to find. I don't think it's one. I know it's one. But it's really hard to find. It's super expensive, so I might use that body type for my Solid Snake. But anyways, I actually made this. This is the harness that came with this, but then there was a attachment for another figure that I have. Actually, the same. I can't think of the name of it. It has this pouch and this gun holster, and I actually cut this piece off of it and super glued it to here, on here, so that way I can have, again, I hate when you have useless pieces that can't do anything, so I just stuck it on here. So I don't even know where this came from, but it was from another figure. So this is one thing I really like. So I did this on both. This I love the blade, the knife that Fisher has, so I was trying to figure out how I incorporate that instead of just using the regular knife that Snake Eyes comes with. What I like about this is, so let me put him back up here. Put your arm down. What I like about this is, so I took this from Blade, from his that double-bladed weapon that he has, and I cut both took it apart, so it's, it's that butterfly, and so I just had this piece, that's all you have. But then I used some putty, but there's another weapon I had, and I cut the handle off and attached it. It had a loop on the end, so I stuck the loop together, glued it, well, not glued it, but made a peg so they'll actually fit in together. And then I made a handle, use the epoxy sculpting clay, made a handle for it, so that way you can hold on to it. And there you have it. So when I put it back in the holster, I can fold it down or have it up. So I really like that. I thought that was a cool little touch to it. It's not something most people probably notice. Most times it's just gonna be sitting in the pouch, but if I wanna do pictures or poses, whatever, I actually have them in. So it's like that on both of them. So he has a little pouch there, with his knife there. So I thought that was a nice little touch. So let's put this back in there. And this isn't really necessarily easy putting it back in there because these are so tiny. My hands feel so bulky trying to do this, trying to put it in there. Let's see, can I get it back in there? Yes, I can. All right, great. And actually, without this handle, this thing kept sliding out. This pouch is actually from Blade because I cut it off the belt. So it was really easy for this one. Actually, I used this one kind of as my crash test dummy to test things out for this one, since I was actually selling this figure. And that's also why I did not make another hook for that one, because this happens. It kind of falls off. Now, it doesn't fall off just on its own, but it does fall off if you're kind of maneuvering and doing a lot of moving around on it. I didn't want something I was going to sell to somebody having that issue. So for this one, I just opted to glue a strap to the gun so they can have it here. I like the look of that because it's clean, but that irritates me when it falls off. So I would not want to sell something to somebody that would do that same thing. So I really like I love how these came out. Let's see what else. Oh, let me turn this around. Is it here? Oh yeah, here it is. The offset. So I actually used this. This was like a, I think it was supposed to be a radio for another figure. And I put it on here first and it was just really bulky. I hated how it looked. So I actually shaved it down and got it really thin. But then once I shaved it down, it was it was still like a gap in it. So I used some epoxy to kind of fill in these gaps. And I like how it looks for this. But again, it didn't come out as smoothly as I wanted. I mean, it looks nice, and I like that you can even a little bit see, because it has like a little bit of numbers or whatever on it, or you can't really see it on camera. But I don't like how they didn't come out just super clean. And this is one I'm keeping, so I don't really have to worry too much about that. But I wouldn't want to make something for someone else that does that. Let's see what else. Oh, also with the goggles, I used some highlighter green. And what was a highlight green? What is it? Fluorescent. I use a regular bright green. I like using Vallejo paint, so I use a regular bright green. Then I went back over it with a fluorescent green. And I think that came out really nice, and hopefully I can get some really nice shots of it to make it kind of look like the green is glowing and all that good stuff. So, but yeah, so that's pretty much about it. That's gonna do it for this show and tell. I was about to say review, but it's not a review really. It's just, I just wanted to show off what I did. It took me a week to do this, mainly because I had to, I'm working afternoons after work, and I got family and all that good stuff. So it's only like maybe an hour or two at a time that I actually, I have dedicated that I can spend to doing this stuff. So, but it's fun. I enjoy doing this, not a complaint or anything. So, hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, hit like, subscribe, share it. And then, if it's something that you're interested in and you like, hey, you want to try this, just try it. I would have never, before taking other figures apart, to make something like this. I usually just kind of waited to see if, someone would make it, and I'm spending an astronomical amount of money to buy it. Whereas with this, you take what you have, you put stuff together. I do have to purchase a few extra parts like these heads, but everything else, for the most part, I already had, so I could just take those things apart without, these are figures I was going to get rid of, and just decided not to. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, again, just keep watching, keep tuning in. I got more stuff. I got some Halo figures that I've been customizing, so I can't wait to show those off. Finished those a while ago, but started working on this, and it took me a while to actually get the stuff out. So catch you on the next video.
Hey, Crimson, run it up.